at Chazz, a Bronx original, which is a restaurant modeled after the experience of Chazz Palminteri, an Academy Award nominated actor, famous for movies like A Bronx Tale and a few others. And we worked with Brian and the firm at Rita St.Clair in order to create a space that was evocative of his childhood and youth and growing up in the Bronx, but wasn't kitsch.
The restaurant being based off of a movie, we kind of looked at the dining areas as little stage sets. So you have the subway station, you have the pizza altar, you know, we have, I'll say your typical like Italian-American restaurant. You know, we have the antipasta station, the raised platform, you know, it's like an old elevated train station from the Bronx.
I'm sort of enchanted by that subway entrance, that groin vaulted ceiling. It's something that Rita St.Clair brought to the table. It wasn't something we thought about. Originally we had talked about doing it in brick, and then we thought it was too much brick, so like everything was a collaborative effort. I'm really pleased with the way it came out, and it's become iconic and really sort of one of our brand signatures. We found these subway signs, and it's become one of these things where New Yorkers come through here and they have to stop and take a photo with the sign. It's the second most requested photo at Chazz after Chazz himself.
The design elements that we looked for were the materials that we used. Again, you know, we used the subway tile, more reminiscent of Lombardi's in New York, you know, the old original coal-fired pizza oven, and, you know, the use of marble, some other natural materials, and kind of a more neutral palette so you could really see the coal fire and the glow of the embers inside. I mean, I really enjoy, you know, working on restaurants, because restaurants truly are, they're more like theater than they are any other type of design project. You know, you get to think outside of the box. You can do things that, you know, in a restaurant that you wouldn't dare dream about doing in somebody's private home. You know, it's just fun, it's exciting. You know, I like the challenges of the space planning. You know, I think that's one of my fortes, is being able to put the space together and making sure that, you know, all the pieces work together, you know, for the customer.
I'll tell you, from a client's perspective, engaging in that creative process with the firm is a very unique and individual experience. They start with a questionnaire, and the questionnaire asks everything from what are motives in the menu and all of these sort of things. And I've worked on a number of projects with this firm, and some projects we started with a CD of music, and I said, I want a place where this feels like this music matches. And to have that level of dialogue and understanding and willingness to delve into your world that I can't quite express the way they can in a quick thumbnail sketch is a really interesting process and leads to this kind of work. You know, it's really fun. Well, when you work with Rita St.Clair, you work with a global network. You know, when it's amazing. Her experience and depth and knowledge of people in the industry spans continents. She gets it, Brian gets it. And then here in Baltimore, dealing with local craftsmen, and that's a big push that we were really serious about, to make sure that we're using local and authentic materials, period pieces. There's nobody that has a better grasp, frankly, of the artisan scene in Baltimore.
When we started this project, we wanted to try to assemble kind of a team of people that we had worked with in the past, that we knew had a good track record. That's why we recommended Tommy Gaines as the general contractor. I mean, we've worked with him on other projects, you know, other restaurants before, and it's always been a great working relationship, very easy to get along with. They do great work, very responsive, and the same can be said with Chesapeake Tile. We've had a great working relationship with them. You know, we've used them for other projects throughout the years. And just their knowledge of the products, their, you know, ability to find things for us. If they may not have something in the showroom, but we can describe what we're looking for, and they're able to get it for us.
There's a couple of different ways you can measure my satisfaction with how the project came about. One, when I walk through, do I get tired of it after working at 80-hour weeks? And I never do. It's new and inviting and exciting every time I'm in here. It's interesting, and that's the kind of restaurant we wanted from the beginning, particularly for a casual restaurant. It's a design and a concept and an experience that's been engaging for our guests as well. They find it interesting, they like it, they come back. And so ultimately that's the real proof of concept, isn't it? When guests really experience it, they understand it, and they keep coming back for more. I can wholeheartedly recommend Rita St. Clair to other clients without reservation. I mean, from the start to the finish, the relationship is exactly how you would imagine a designer and client relationship ought to be. They're very respectful of your original idea, but at the same time, they're very willing to take risks and challenge your idea about it. And they really, there's that whole alchemy of deciding how do you come from original germ of an idea and then express it in a way that even you didn't have in mind in the beginning. And that's what they do so well.